Hi everyone, my name is Devin Karchet and I'm coming to you from lovely Calgary, Alberta. I'm a pediatric physiotherapist and I also run a nature play program in Calgary called Timbernook. So I play and I support play for a living, which is pretty great. I have such a strong belief that every child has the right to play. Play is the cornerstone of all child development, and just bringing my physiotherapy lens to play. All development starts with gross motor or physical play. When we think about babies, how they start to really learn and explore their environment and all the connections in their brains start to take place, it's through movement. So it's when they start to be able to hold and manipulate toys, when they start to be able to crawl, to explore their environment, that's when things just really explode in their brains. That's how they have sensory experiences, that's how they have social interactions. Crawling over to a new caregiver or a new playmate, movement is that cornerstone. So when we think about quality play opportunities for kids, we want to think about what's meaningful for kids. So fully adult-directed activities are not play because they're not always meaningful to the kids. So learning happens through meaningful experiences, and for young children, those meaningful experiences are generally rooted in play and movement. There's been lots of talk lately about the effects that we're having on kids by restricting their play. And it's actually a pretty big deal when we see the effects when we're withholding play opportunities from kids. We're noticing in the therapy world and in the classroom that kids are, they tend to be a little bit weaker than they were maybe say 20 to 30 years ago. Some of them are having a more difficult time concentrating. We see struggles with interpersonal skills and conflict resolution. And all of these things can be not fixed, but addressed and supported by more quality play opportunities for kids. And more than anything, all of us who have children and who work with children, we just want to do the best for our kids. Think about how much joy you got from real play as a child, from neighborhood play, from riding your bikes around, not following your parents on the bike path, but real play, exploring, building forts, playing pretend. If we want to do the best for our kids, then we need to give them those opportunities as well. So over my 11 years as a physiotherapist and 3.5 years as a nature play provider, I have learned so much. I've learned from professional development, I've learned from colleagues, and most importantly, I've learned from the kids. So I am bringing to you today my top 10 list of what I've learned about play. Number 10, adults often interrupt play with questions and even just their too close presence. Obviously, especially with the little ones, we need to be supervising, but kids can't go deep into their imaginations when we're looming over them or peppering them with questions about what they're making in their mud kitchen. Number 9, play will often not turn out the way you had envisioned. If you have an open mind and allow it to unfold, it will likely be even more rich and meaningful than your original idea. Number 8, creating a yes environment means a whole lot less policing and nagging from the adults. So make sure your environment is safe so you don't have to say no or stop, and make sure you've thought of things like dealing with mess and only putting out the materials that you're okay with the kids using. Number 7, speaking of mess, take the mess outside. Your anxiety about the impending cleanup process will instantly go down. Number 6, nature provides the most magical setting for play. Even the youngest of children find delight in the natural world. Number 5, respect that there are many ways to play, and one way is not necessarily better than the others. Princess play is not better than battle play, even if the adults are more comfortable and familiar with the former. Number 4, forced sharing and forced turn taking do not develop genuine exchanges or empathy. It can devalue the play of the child using an item and can create resentment among the kids. And it is a lot of work for the adults. Support the kids to come up with their own system for who's next on the swing and step out of the way. Number 3, and this is an important one, the observer is still part of the group and will join in when they're ready and in their own way. It's okay to be an observer. You're not wasting time. You're not wasting your parents' money. Observing has value. Number 2, young children are so capable when we allow them to be. They can be safe around a fire, play with sticks, climb trees, invent their own games, and problem solve. They just need the opportunity, some support and skills, and the belief from the adults around them that they can do it. And the number 1 thing, play is a choice. A step-by-step craft where every end product looks the same is not play. 30 minutes of soccer drills is not play. Those things can be fun and productive, but there needs to be time for real, genuine, authentic play where kids have choice. So my challenge to you, parents and caregivers, is to remember the value of play and intentionally provide the 2 most important conditions that kids need for quality play experiences. Number 1, a safe and inspiring environment. And number 2, ample time. So not in 15-minute blocks, but hours on end, so kids can get lost in their imaginations. This is where we see the real magic happen. And kids, my challenge to you is to grab every Amazon box in your parents' house, get your markers and a few blankets, and see what you can create. Happy National Child Day from Timbernook of Greater Calgary.